An accurate outline of true biblical faith. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, section 3.3. The resurrection of Jesus Christ is central to Christianity. Without the resurrection, there is no Christianity. Essentially, there is a large group of witnesses that saw Jesus in his risen state. His body has never been found and never will. If there was a body, you can bet that it would have been found. Satan himself would have pointed the way. The resurrection of Jesus Christ, Matthew 28, verses 1 through 20. Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. The resurrection of Jesus Christ was or is, number one, the doctrine of every disciple. Number two, the faith of every true believer. Number three, the courage of every martyr. Number four, the theme of every sermon. Number five, the power behind every evangelist. There are many infallible proofs of Jesus' resurrection. These are witness accounts within the scriptures. Number one, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene after his resurrection. Number two, he appeared to the women returning from the tomb. Number three, he appeared to Peter. Number four, he appeared to the Emmaus disciples. Number five, he appeared to the apostles when Thomas was not present. Number six, he appeared again to the disciples. This time Thomas was present. Number seven, he was seen by the seven at the Sea of Tiberias. Number eight, he was seen by over 500 brethren. Number nine, he was seen by James. Number 10, he was seen again by the 11 apostles. Number 11, he was seen by Stephen, the first martyr. Number 12, he was seen by Paul on his way to Damascus. Please look up the verses and see for yourself. Why would they be willing to die for their faith? All of the disciples but John died a martyr's death. Many of the other eyewitnesses died a martyr's death. They all preached the resurrection of Jesus Christ. They were willing to die for the living, resurrected Christ. Why? Were they confident to the point of death? Essentially, they had infallible proofs. What is the progression of the disciples' logic? Number one, when Jesus was arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, all the disciples forsook him and fled. Number two, from this time until after his resurrection, the disciples lived in fear. Number three, they did not believe that he would rise from the dead. Number four, had Jesus not come from the dead, the cross would have been the end of Christianity. Number five, after the death of Jesus, we see his disciples dejected, discouraged, and defeated. Number six, the death of Jesus meant but one thing to them, the end. Number seven, how do we account for the change in their lives? Something happened 3 days and 3 nights later. Number eight, there can only be one logical explanation. They had many infallible proofs that Jesus Christ had risen from the dead, so he is alive forevermore. What are these infallible proofs? The empty tomb. Number one, if Jesus was not alive, then what happened to his body? Number two, the guards were paid to say the disciples stole the body. Number three, if the guards were asleep, then how could they have seen the disciples steal the body? Number four, the guard should have been put to death for allowing the theft. Number five, no one was ever arrested for stealing the body. Essentially, presenting Jesus' body would have stopped Christianity. The grave clothes. Number one, they were left in the tomb. Number 2, no one would steal the body and leave the clothes. Number 3, his grave clothes were formed like a caterpillar's cocoon. Number 4, it was composed of 75 pounds of perfumed ointment. Number 5, his body was wrapped in this linen cloth, saturated in the myrrh and aloe. Note, this cocoon would have been naturally impossible to remove. Jesus had to defy the physical realm to escape the cocoon. The amount of evidence for Jesus' resurrection is huge. The above examples are just a taste of the many evidences. Essentially, Jesus is alive and he did rise from his grave. Next, the ascension and second coming of Jesus Christ. If you want to study in more depth, I have included URLs to a PDF and the desktop phone graphic studies that I put on Facebook. Let God's Word show you His truth.